When I heard that Paul and Ringo were going to be doing a duet for Paul's new album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, I really had no idea what to expect. So when I heard the song Home to Us for the first time, I really was taken aback because I felt like I was intruding on some kind of a private conversation that Paul and Ringo were having. And so I walk into the room and they're just going at it. They're going back and forth and they're trading stories and they're laughing and they're hugging each other and they're smiling and they're singing a little bit here and there. They're talking about the old days and I'm just kind of going, whoa, what is going on? There's just so much going on. There's so much energy and warmth and joy and memories just floating all in the air. So I was just had to sit back and listen to it and I just had to let it rain on down on me because I was really taken unawares. I was not prepared. I think mainly because I was still remembering, the song, The Days We Left Behind. But this song, it's just a joy. It is like I'm sitting there in the same room with Paul and Ringo and they're just having a chat, almost like they've never had these chats before. You know how you're really excited to meet an old friend and you just say, well, remember this and remember that, remember this, and you give each other like high fives or hugs or whatever, and you're talking, you're smoking, you're anything, all that other stuff. They're just having a great time, oblivious of everything else around them. So it's just the two of them in that room, and we're all just bystanders. They're just having this little private party, okay? And we're invited, okay? And we just get to soak up all the good vibes. And I was also taken a little unawares by how Beatly the song is. And I shouldn't, again, I'm kind of stupid, okay? I should not have been taken unawares because it's Paul and Ringo, for crying out loud. Paul's playing all the instruments, Ringo's on drums, and it really does have a very loose feel to it. Almost like they didn't do a whole lot of rehearsals. Like they're just performing it live for the very first time and they're in the same room together, singing the song back and forth, having that conversation. It feels very immediate and very loose and very real. I mean, I know that's not the truth. I absolutely know that that's not how it happened. Okay, but it sure seems like it has that feel to it. And for me, that's all that counts. And the backing vocals, I really do enjoy the backing vocals because they seem very White Album-esque to me. A lot of the backing vocals and harmonies on the White Album, they seem very like ethereal and uphill here and a little bit otherworldly. And the backing vocal gals, they were just back here just kind of going, okay, we're just going to sit back here in the back and kind of vibe to the conversation, to the little private party happening here. So me and the backing vocal, we're just sitting back here just kind of going, just listening to Paul and Ringo reminisce. And it's like I can almost like hear the waves of the ocean and smell the ocean and feel the wind in my hair and watch those kids playing in the street and watching the balls bouncing and smelling the smells and smelling that burnt toast and watching those roses turn to dust. It was just like the whole room is like awash in memories. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that old people like more than talking about the old days. And it sure seemed like that to me. There's so much love in that room. And Paul sounded fantastic. I was really taken aback by that as well, how wonderful Paul sounded. It was just made my heart feel full. Just like, oh my God, this really does feel like Paul. Maybe it's because he invited Ringo. I mean, Ringo these days is some kind of secret ingredient to make everything taste better and just make everything better. I mean, just like with and I shouldn't be surprised by that. Ringo brings a lot to the table here, just like the Washington, D.C. Coliseum. I mean, Ringo steals the show there. He pretty much steals the show here, even though it really is a Paul McCartney show. To a certain degree, Ringo kind of steals the show here because he has so much emotional depth here. And he also brings a lot of truth and honesty here and gravitas. And he also makes everything more accessible. It's like we believe what's happening here. And Ringo helps us be immersed in what's happening because he is so accessible. And you can feel like the two of them are just talking. Okay. Now, maybe if just Paul had been singing the song on his own or whatever, it would have been maybe it would have been a little bit cringe, or maybe if Ringo had been singing this on his own, it maybe would have been a little bit cringe. But no, the two of them together, there's that humor, there's that joy, that Beatle humor and the Beatle banter. It's all there. I mean, it's it comes so naturally to them that we can feel that. And you have to listen to it. At least I had to listen to it a few times to kind of, because it kind of hit me in the face. Like I said, I felt like I walked into the room and this conversation that was already happening. And I didn't quite understand what they were saying, but I could feel it. Just like with Beatles songs, it kind of hits you in the face. You really don't know what they're saying. All you know is like, there's a party going on here. And it just feels great. And that's kind of what this song is like. And it's a catchy tune, for crying out loud. I mean, again, it's just wonderful. I mean, I should not have been expecting like another Days We Left Behind. But the song Home to Us is just as fantastic in its own right over here. I mean, it's making my heart full just thinking of the song right now. Even if the skies are gray, it doesn't matter anyway, but it was home to us. Now, I know that that's not exactly the lyric. That's just what I remember, like right off the top of my head. But you see, it's so easy to sing. And it is like they're having a conversation. There's not a whole lot of ups and downs, in the lyrics and everything like that. It's just very straightforward. Having this eyeball to eyeball conversation with these guys, like you can picture them doing it. And I think that's what Paul was trying to do here. Paul was wanting to immerse us in his memories. He's painting us that picture with his song, and he put himself there. He added Ringo. Boom. Here we go. Yeah. Another piece of that puzzle that's going to eventually make the masterpiece. It was a gift. Paul gave us a gift. He allowed us to be part of that conversation. I don't know. How the heck does he does it? How the heck does he do it, man? I don't know. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really and truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace and love one another. Take care.